Yetta, this is so new that I don't even know what to ask.
Well, often when we have a lack of experience, we can't possibly know what to ask. So you're on the right page.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
We've created for you free access to over 503 episodes where we share insider tips, real estate knowledge, as well as how to make the most out of the decisions on the journey of buying a home, selling a home, or even investing in real estate, and kind of life itself. And the great news is you can get access to them from home, from the office, or on the go. So what we're going to discover in this episode is that concerns and questions that are answered or that get answered help us to avoid unnecessary struggle and frustration.
Yes. Because the process can be a struggle if you don't know what it is.
Right. And this wasn't a story we were going to share, but I can't help it. So, I'm going to do it. We just recently purchased a property out of country. And the guy that's our ambassador at the condo who takes care of our vacation rental and the administrator at the office and the administration and organization and accounting person at the other company, all of them, and even the realtor kept saying, "What questions do you have? We'll answer your questions. We'll handle, what do you need from us? How can we help you?" And I just kept saying, I don't have any questions. I don't have any concerns. I don't have any.
So that would be a poor quality question.
Right.
How can I help you?
And so I had 4 people saying, ask me questions. Let me know what you need. And I didn't discover until I got down there that I had a lot I needed to know. A lot I didn't understand. And in a future episode, we'll talk a bit about the whole journey of buyer's remorse that I experienced that I did not see coming. So that is going to be robust when the time comes. And yet it wasn't that I didn't have questions. It's I didn't know what they needed to be because of my lack of experience.
Specific to the condo and the process.
Right.
Yet
right.
You asked an amazing question.
Which one?
Well, it was kind of from our mentor, John Maxwell. And the question was, who do you know that I need to know? And that's a beautiful question. And the answer was, the matriarch of the condo corporation, the first owner who lives here full time. You need to meet her.
And I did. And she filled in so many gaps that I couldn't get filled in from anywhere else, because she could put herself in the position I was in, although it was many years ago for her, like 14, I guess. She still had an understanding of, as a foreigner, buying a country and a property in a different country. And I don't think she'd ever owned a condominium that she lived in. I mean, we've owned condominiums, but not that we've lived in, which is a different conversation, and never internationally. And so she was able to actually let me know what questions I needed to be asking.
Yes. And you made a friend.
I know.
You made a friend. And she even said, when you're down here, feel free to use my car.
I know, which is wonderful.
That's crazy.
It's awesome. Yeah, it was really good.
And she'd never seen your unit. She'd seen all the units, never seen your unit. So you invited her in. You had a friend. You made a friend. So that question has really developed an ability to be more comfortable going there because there's somebody that lives there full time that you know now.
Well, and she even told me who all the different owners were, which ones were friends, what games we play, when we play them, why we play those games, and not things with cards because they blow all over the place. Like, how would I ever have thought about that? Because it's windy, it's right on the ocean. And so wind is bigger concern. So they play games that have blocks and tiles and stuff so that they don't go all over the place. And then she said, and the other thing we do, which was phenomenal, is if our units ever rented out, because they're vacation rental units and people even that live there full time will take vacation and come back. She said, we just stay in each other's secondary bedrooms. And then we wait till our guests leave and then the people that have rented it. And then we move back to our home. And so I'll introduce you to Sylvia. And anyway, so just a simple question. It's amazing what that can open up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think when we're talking about your concerns, what are your concerns? We need to develop, well, what's your experience in the past? That's a great question. What have you experienced or what have you heard? Because most concerns are developed either from your past experience or stories you've heard of other people's experience. Maybe it's in the buying process or the traveling process or the whatever it be.
Or the investing process, because, the stories that are extraordinary or the stories that are unusual often get sensationalized.
And they're usually the worst stories,
well, they're
the horror stories where someone
trashes a house.
Yeah.
Or, makes it wet and grows things in there they shouldn't and completely rots the house from the inside out. Versus, it's not that common. Somebody's going to tell you the story of their 12 homes that they own and how much income that they've generated and how much of it really feels passive at this point. Those aren't the stories. And we've even asked some of our clients that have done really, really well, hey, would you like to come onto the show and share with everybody the strategies you used? And some say sure, and they have, and there's lots in the archives that you can listen to. And many go, ooh, that's my business. Nobody knows that. My kids don't even really know how much money we've accumulated through the investment strategies that you've taught us. So sometimes the amazing stories get hidden. Mm-hmm. And so, so you're coming with concerns that may not even be overly valid. They may be that people missed a few steps, didn't do a proper credit check, didn't call the landlord, not the current landlord, then landlord once removed, because the current one might just want to get rid of them. Like just little things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So we just loved, and then we've been talking about the consultation because we love doing consultations with people. It fills our heart. It connects us with you, and it helps us to understand your concerns, your situation, and answer those questions. And more questions will be developed. As we answer questions, you'll come up with more questions. And again, John Maxwell, he's a great mentor, and he mentored us personally for quite a number of years. And one of the things he said was when he invited somebody out for a lunch, he was really doing a consultation with them, asking them questions. And he would have it's foolscap. Is that dating me?
A legal size
piece of notepad full of questions because he valued the time of the person he was taking out and wanted to come fully prepared. And those people would say, we'll meet with you again, because he wouldn't get through all his questions, only maybe one or two. But they knew he was prepared and he was getting value, and then he spoke what value he got at the end of the meeting. Mm-hmm.
So
I love it when you come with questions prepared, and the answers to your questions will create more questions, and our questions will create more questions. And that's why we say it's 45 minutes, but it could go up to a couple hours. Depends on how many questions.
Right. And like the poorest question is obviously the one you don't ask. Like that's the worst question there is on the planet. The second worst question is something that doesn't really evoke much response. So how was your day at the office today with the clients?
It was fine.
Right. Like I'm not getting an answer I'm really looking for. So what was the best thing that happened to you with our clients today?
We helped them find a house.
Fantastic.
So it's been a privilege of growing alongside you, because we're passionate about all of us being positioned for a generational legacy.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.